Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. And I realized as I was going to end it, but I didn't want to interrupt my ending monologue there. This is really great to end it on, because look, we get to look at all their pretty faces. I mean, minus Victor, but it's okay. We're going to win him in the end, because this is our path that we're on, and look at our boys! I love it! Oh my god, they're all so cute. I can't help it. This game. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. But again, I really do want to stress that I love the do-do-do, happy romantic music, and we're about to kick some ass, so this is great. Anyway. Alistair, I don't know what you're thinking, but if you plan to get in our way, I won't show your men any mercy. It'll probably end 2 lines from now, but whatever. It's been a while since we've all been together like this, huh? Can't really enjoy the moment with all these enemies around. Everyone, it's fine to be in high spirits, but just make sure not to get hurt. Do you understand? With the rest of the group gathered behind him, Victor speaks with confidence. You've lost, Alistair. I lost. Haha, I see. We still hold an overwhelming advantage in numbers. You never cease to entertain me. Fine, go ahead. The Twilight soldiers and Victor's group square off against each other. Victor holds Spacey in a tight embrace and puts his feelings into words. Now that you're by my side, I'm not afraid of anything. You give me, and all of us, strength. I'm so glad you're safe. He smiles broadly and Spacey's cheeks redden slightly. Oh, look, we're so cute! Then, just as it seems the intense fighting is about to resume, Alistair steps away from his communication device, listening intensely to the sound coming from the speaker of his phonograph. I lost. Well, how interesting. As he smiles to himself, there's a loud knock at the door. We have a situation, Mr. Alistair. It's open. The Twilight soldier begins to speak hurriedly the moment he enters. The mansion has been surrounded. We appear to be facing forces from the military. Alistair furrows his brow. Oh, they've already tracked me down. The Queen is smarter than I gave her credit for. But, it was a very interesting turn of events in its own right. I suppose it's time I took some exercise anyway. Mr. Alistair? The sound of fighting can be heard from downstairs. Alistair smiles and stands, drawing his sword. What can I do? I suppose today marks the end of Twilight. What are you... Alistair's sword runs the man through before he can finish his question. That's douchey. What? Miss... Alistair... I seem to be a bit rusty, but I suppose I can still put up a fight. With the soldier's blood splattered on his clothing, Alistair smiles, satisfied. It might be best for him to retreat from the front of the stage for the time being. Now, I wonder how much damage I can do against the Queen's veteran troops. He leaves the room, still covered in blood, but in good spirits, even humming a song to himself. This is what trippy-ass fucking shit just happened? He's like, just as the fighting was about to resume, Alistair's like, oh, going to fight some soldiers. I don't know what just... This is fucking weird. In mere moments, he kills a number of soldiers and breaks through the blockade, and vanishes from the center stage of history. Oh, he's going to show up in the second one, you know it. He's coming back. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 1 hour remaining. They don't have 2 hours remaining. Well, but now we have to fight them. A series of shots can be heard. The Twilight soldiers fall one after another against the sudden, violent attack from the massive government forces. Twilight is a rebel army and an enemy of our nation. Do not hesitate to destroy them. Yay, Lionheart. But also, boo, Victoria. With Lionheart's command, there is a hailstorm of gunshots. Within a matter of minutes, all the Twilight soldiers have fallen. Whoa, unbelievable. Aren't the guys in Twilight supposed to be the elitist of the elite? The Royal Guards are as well. Simply a matter of whether their duties are public or not. Besides, Twilight soldiers are adept in combat, but their main tasks involve undercover missions. It's only natural that the Royal Guard would have an advantage in a head-to-head clash. And it would seem the guardsmen have come quite prepared in terms of numbers. Right. Lucky for us that they've done away with the Twilight Soldiers. But it doesn't look like they're here solely to come to our aid. Van Helsing narrows his eyes. He looks around cautiously as Lupin shakes his head, frustrated. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. We don't have time for this. We don't! My breathing is uneven as I check the pocket watch. There isn't even an hour left before the horologium transforms. Are you alright, Spacey? I'm fine, but this is bad. Without the slightest consideration for the dead Twilight Soldiers, the Royal Guards head straight for us. They spread out to surround us, all the while aiming their guns in our direction. Dr. Frankenstein and accomplices, I order you not to move. We will shoot you at the first sign of resistance. There is no guarantee that you walk away alive. Huh! Like I'd try anything with this many guns pointed my way. Lionheart ignores Lupin's sarcasm and fixes his eyes on us. There's no trace of the gentleness he had displayed when speaking of his respect for Victoria before. Everyone stay vigilant. He has his moments of foolishness. But there's no question that this man Lionheart is a skilled swordsman. He's not the leader of the Royal Guard for nothing. Van Helsing is visibly nervous. Which is amazing, because Van Helsing is like tough as fucking nails and just kicks ass, so this is, well. Lionheart must be very strong if Van Helsing of all people is warning us about him. Yeah, okay, basically. But I wonder, what are the Royal Guards doing here? That's none of your concern. I'm gonna guess this is Victoria. It's fine. You may tell them, Lionheart. I hear a sultry voice from behind the guards. This is quite relevant to that little doll over there as well. The guards in the center stand aside and kneel all at once. She walks in through the path created by the guards with an air of composure. We meet again, Dr. Frankenstein and his little doll. Victoria. There's much I would like to say, but why don't I begin by thanking you? Thanks to your keeping the forces of Twilight distracted, none of my soldiers were harmed. That was very helpful. You have my thanks. So you're saying you used us as bait to stir up trouble with Twilight? That's simply how it turned out. Victoria shrugs, then takes a good look at us. I was originally monitoring Alistair. I had noticed his rebellious streak. What would happen if a girl with the potential to become a deadly monster fell into the hands of such a dangerous man? The result is, as you have seen, Alistair really showed his true colors. You can't be saying that Alistair's capturing me was all according to her calculations. Victoria narrows her eyes and I think it's supposed to say, and smiles, catching my questioning glance. Exactly. The reason you were able to escape from Buckingham Palace was because I wanted you to roam free. And because of that, we were able to find this place. Thank you. You're all heroes who have saved this nation. Victoria tosses a sarcastic glance at us as she signals to the men around her. I refuse to back down and glare at her. Punch her, Spacey! Tell me again, Victoria. Oh! Crap. Wait. Oh, okay. No, okay. I'm good. I clicked it too fast, but I just ended up skipping the text instead of it auto-going, so that's fine. Okay. Do you intend to proceed with your plan involving terrorism, even after seeing the horrible state of the city? You would stir up other nations of the world to start a war? Nothing has changed since what I told you back at the palace. In order for Britain to survive, I need a war to break out right now. For that, a little bit of pain is necessary. A little bit? If you use Zicterium, it will lead to the deaths of so many people. You call that a little bit? Yes, I do. Victoria says this calmly. Her cold, dry eyes observe all of us as mere pieces on a game board. Right now, Britain still retains the technological advantage Isaac left us. But if war were to break out in 10 or 20 years when that technological gap has been closed, so many of our neighbors bearing us hatred, Britain will surely be trampled upon. The damage we would suffer can be expected to be far worse. That's not... As I try to protest, a hand reaches out from the side to stop me. With a smile, Saint Germain walks out in front of me. I see. Sacrificing a few to save the majority. How very like a politician to take that position. I can understand why you would choose to do that. Saint Germain! Oh, there seems to be someone on your side with a decent grasp of the world. Count Saint Germain, are you saying that you agree with me? I half agree. Saint Germain turns back to us and smiles, as we stand there in surprise. Then he turns to Victoria once more and speaks to her coldly. However, you're only really seeing just the one nation of Britain. From an international perspective, your reasoning seems very one-sided. Say whatever you want. I am the Queen of Britain. What good am I if I don't consider everything from Britain's standpoint? Victoria furrows her brow at Saint Germain's argument as she continues. I will tell you one thing. This underground space is not merely for storing Zicterium. The facility itself is one immense weapon. Oh, weapon? What do you mean? After Zicterium's discovery, Isaac created a large-scale mechanism that involves the whole of London. The city of Steel London is comprised of many technologies that must not be allowed to fall into the hands of enemy nations. Alchemy, engineering, life sciences, aerodynamics, physics, marine engineering, even a new form of energy. This city has accumulated knowledge and technology far beyond the reach of any other nation in a number of fields. I mean, when bad guys exposit so much, our time is ticking away. We should be dead by now. Like, this bitch has been talking for like 4 fucking hours. So the city is designed to prevent it from being taken by enemy nations, no matter what price must be paid. Victor grows pale as he suddenly comes to a realization. His next words are uttered in a trembling voice, filled with shock and fear. This is just a giant gas chamber, and there are probably... It leaks out into different areas of the city. It's like ventilation. Yep. Here you go. Right when she said this place is not just, it's like, oh God. Is this a device to spread Zicterium across the entire country? Yes, a Zicterium self-destruct device of sorts. It's what I've been searching for all along. London and its residents will need to be sacrificed as the prelude to a world war. You're going to destroy all of London to pull the trigger on a worldwide war? Are you serious? Why would I jest about this? That's abhorrent. History will never forgive you for this. I have no intention of being forgiven. I'll most likely be tortured for eternity in the flames of hell. Victoria smiles beautifully. Somebody needs to shoot her. Her smile is so calm and collected that it gives me chills. Many in London will die because of this, but the Zicterium poison will dissipate within a few days, and those who remain will seek the path of revenge and harbor hatred against the other terrorist nations. And that hatred will lead to war. Is that how you see it? It's an absolutely evil plan. It's an absolutely fucking retarded plan. To think that she would be willing to destroy her own capital to start a war. If the war begins now, even if the damage to London is severe, the overpowering weaponry left behind by Isaac's legacy will lead Britain to victory. Wouldn't you say that temporarily losing London is a fair price to pay for that purpose? Myself, Victor, and everyone else were all at a loss for words after hearing this horrifying plan. She speaks so matter-of-factly about the sacrifice, but I cannot understand her logic at all. But there's something else even more terrifying. It's that Victoria seems to have no doubts whatsoever that her plan will be effective. Don't you understand? If you activate something like that, the people of London won't be the only ones affected. You will die too. Yes, you're right. But why does that matter? She tilts her head mockingly as she asks this, and Victor has no response. The plan will be all the more effective if I, the nation's leader, am a victim. It serves to stir up more hatred. I have made arrangements that see to it. I have made arrangements that see to it the plan proceeds smoothly even after my death. Once it begins, I cannot be stopped, no matter who takes the lead. So you don't even care if you lose your own life? Oh, honey, you need to be hugged, don't you? You weren't hugged as a kid. That's right. I am Queen Victoria, ruler of Great Britain. There is not a single reason for me to mourn the fact that I will be sacrificed for my country. I mean, that's a good thing to be a queen and be like, look, if I have to die for my country, man, that's what I gotta do. Because, a monarch in times of war, you'd be like, I'm gonna ride into battle, be the first one out, and that's what you did. But this is a little fucking crazy. This is not, we're going to war and I'm gonna ride out with my troops. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna just kill a bunch of people for no fucking reason to start a war. This is crazy as shit. Most of the time, you're trying to protect your people, not sacrifice them. Not like, hey, let's just, blow up half the country. Woohoo! Sounds great. That will finally bring an end to my duties. Still smiling sweetly, she gazes over our faces as we stand in silence. How about we shoot you and say that a terrorist came in, shot you, and then we can start a war, and then we don't have to kill a bunch of people and you die because you suck. I still like her, but she sucks. However, Victor breaks the silence. Who do you think you are? His face is scrunched up with anger as he spits these words at Victoria. No matter what great justice it serves, killing innocent people going about their lives should never be considered. The anger in Victor's eyes is unmistakable as he glares at her. Victoria simply serves him with a quiet glance. Dr. Frankenstein, I envy you. Envy? Me? Indeed, you proclaim only what is just and keep your distance for what you know to be wrong. You brandish your righteousness as a weapon, unaware of the great sacrifices that come with justice. Had I the choice, I would have stayed in your position. I didn't want to have to take such responsibility. Victoria? For a fleeting moment, unless I imagined it, Victoria looks sad. But her expression changes in an instant. She slowly begins to walk, with Lionheart at her side. By the way, Dr. Frankenstein, the bluff you pulled with Alistair earlier was quite interesting. You did make most of it up, but like all great lies, there is a kernel of truth. She takes out a faintly glowing pendant. This hull has been sealed quite like Pandora's box, which contained all the evils of the world. And you would be the bitch who opened it. Fucking A. And Finis was our one and only Pandora who was capable of opening it. Now that he is dead, the pendant he left behind is the only remaining key. She raises the pendant into the air, and it begins to shine brightly. A ray of light pierces through the darkness and shines upon a pattern on the wall. Then, the seemingly ordinary wall splits in two, revealing a path leading deeper inside. Oh god. Is this even real? What kind of amazing technology made this even possible? Was all this really created by a single scientist? Isaac Beckford was a man who single-handedly changed the history of the world. It probably wasn't any trouble for him. Oh my god, this is a long chapter! A new and eerie path lies before us, looking for all the world like it could lead us into the depths of hell. I mean, that's pretty much where we're going. Victoria turns to me as she steps onto the path. Now, Dr. Frankenstein, gather your little doll and come this way. You want us to go with you? What are you doing? I know that the little doll there is in need of Zicterium, and that Zicterium has no effect on her and her alone. Meaning that even if the Zicterium is activated, you will survive it. I can't have you becoming a creature of mass destruction after that happens. Because if I spread the poison everywhere, it would be impossible to restore London. Yes, exactly. so I will cooperate with you to prevent you from turning into a monster. Victoria smiles kindly and takes a persuasive tone of voice. Oh, that's nice. And maybe we can kick her ass then. Once everything is over, you must come under the government's protection. And please, lend me your strength as Britain prepares to face these difficult times. You want me to help you as a weapon. Alistair had told me if I went along with Victoria, I will most likely be dissected by researchers. I don't know if that's true, but it's not too difficult to imagine her taking advantage of my destructive ability to use me as a weapon. And if I refuse? Bitch, I'ma refuse. In that case, London will be destroyed by your poison. Your friends and all of us included. All of them are gonna die anyway. Because we're not gonna be able to get out of London before you kill everyone. But if you cure me, I'm okay with that. Although, I mean, okay, I don't want to kill more people, but everybody's gonna die. Your friends. I'm not the one that's gonna kill them, bitch. You're killing them. It will be a bit of a detour, but either way, my plan will end in success. There's nothing that can be done. What can I say or do when she's so close to total victory over us? You're completely aggressive and ruthless. A wonderful leader by some standards. I'll take that as a compliment. Victoria smiles as Lupin and Van Helsing trade a confused glance, bitter expressions on their faces. I think Saint Germain's worming his way in. He's pulling something. I see. I understand what you intend to do with these two. So what do you have in mind for us? You want us to stay here and deal with your subordinates? Let's see. Why don't you stay behind and have fun while you wait for me to activate the weapon? Although, even if you don't do anything, in about 40 minutes, your precious little doll is going to destroy London in any case. Victoria checks her watch, then looks over at all of us. What will it be? Make your choice. Allow only her to survive out of all of you, or you can all die together. Yeah, but here's the problem. I want to be like, I'll die where everyone! We'll all die together, but I'll also kill a fuck ton more people, so that's bad. But I don't know if I can live without my friends. But I don't want to kill more people. My mind was made up from the start. I opened my mouth to speak before anyone else gets the chance. In my mind, it's completely clear what I should do. I'm not going to obey you. There's no point in me surviving this alone. That's why I'm going to stay with everyone until the end. Spacey. So you've chosen death for you all. Van Helsing, fuck you. The soldiers all raise their guns at once. Every one of their guns is pointed at us. Do not forget that this matter is not open for debate. Once you have awakened as a monster, someone will have to deal with it. It would be ideal if you could help us, but we always have the option of terminating you. Ugh. That is all Victoria says before turning her back to us. And if Van Helsing was smart, he'd shoot her. Bang! Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just fucking kill the queen? Too bad. Let's fucking fix this shit. We'll be off now. If you have any doubts about disobeying, it's not too late to follow me. I only wish for you to make a decision that you won't regret. Victoria leaves, taking only Lionheart with her as she goes ahead, and he's okay with dying for this bitch's crazy plans. We're left behind along with the royal guards aiming their guns at us. There's only 4 of them. I'm sure there's more, but nobody says anything. We all desperately glare at the guards with their guns pointed toward us. I don't know what to say, but it seems Victor is the only one among us who does. Let's go, Spacey. We have to treat your poison. He says this with determination as he takes my hand. Victor, do you intend on letting only me survive out of all of you, like Victoria said? I glare at him in protest, but he simply stares directly at me. You see, Spacey, I've been thinking all this time. I thought that maybe I was only doing this just to run away from my past. That's not... No, it's a fact that this is how I felt. I wanted to destroy the Zicterium so I wouldn't have to face my crimes. Victor looks up at the ceiling. You didn't know what you were doing, though, Sweetie Poo. It was an accident. But when I found out that Zicterium could be used to save your life... When I found out that the one thing I need to have a future with you is the same thing I was trying to destroy to escape my past. Oh my god. To have a future with me. Oh my god, he loves me! I mean, we knew it was coming, but... I can't. My heart is gonna burst into my chest. That's when I finally realized that there's no point in running from what I've done. It's almost as if he's looking through the ceiling into his own life's history. That's probably how Victoria feels. There's no way she can change Britain's history by invading other countries. That's why she's not even acknowledging the past, instead relying solely on power to plow ahead and give Britain a future. But doing that won't give this nation a better tomorrow. Even if she succeeds, it will only lead to more anger and hatred. That's how the world has continued repeating the same mistakes over and over. Victor, that's why I'm going to stop Victoria. Victor looks back to all of us. I notice that even the royal guards are listening attentively to him. Spacey, I want to atone for what I've done. I want to save you. I'm not going to give anything up. I will stop Victoria no matter what and save you as well. Save you as well. Save you as well. And save you as well. I don't know why I can't read. It's too tripped up. I don't know. Victor smiles and holds out his hand to me. So, come with me, Spacey. I gently take his hand and respond with a bright smile. I would go anywhere with you. So true. Ah! Look! Sorry, I just love it. Look at his face. And I just love this. Really, guys, this is a great time to be declaring our love for one another. Go right ahead. Lupin's teasing brings us back to our senses. Look at them all! Oh, but it's heartbreaking because I love all of them, but I love how they're all like, look at, even Van Helsing and his cute little smirk. He's fucking adorable. He's gonna poke his face. Go on. We'll take care of the rest. Yeah, go for it. We'll catch right up. Say hi to the Queen for me, will ya? In a way, the Queen may have a point. I still like how Victor thinks better. Don't worry about us. We'll get this under control and follow you to back you up. The royal guards snap back to reality and raise their guns once again. Yes! Yeah! I love it! Ah! We're gonna kick some ass, and they're all gonna survive because they're our boys. The four men dash forward in the same moment. Go, you two! Van Helsing, I love you, baby. See you in the next one. I love them all. Thanks, guys. Let's go, Spacey. Right. He smiles softly at me as he starts running, my hand still in his. Those who don't know him well may see him as a timid man, but to me, his smile is purely reassuring. Chest. Oh, are we on chapter 13 now? Oh god, this is the last chapter, guys! This is the last chapter! Okay, it's probably going to be a couple more parts, because that part was really fucking long. Oh my god, we're gonna get so close! It's going to be one of those like, oh no, we think we're going to die, but we're not gonna. Unless I choose a bad path. 30 minutes remaining. I wish we had 2 hours left. SpongeBob voice. Britain's Queen Victoria plans to use Zicterium as a weapon to change London into a city of death. Victor and I are running down a passage, chasing after her. I'm short of breath. My body is hot. My head feels heavy and my vision is wavering. She had like a 2-minute head start. She couldn't have gotten far. Is my body being affected by the transformation of the horologium? My condition is worsening by the minute. I can barely keep running. Pick me up and bridle carry me, Victor. I need to hurry and reach what's up ahead as fast as I can. Telling myself this, I try to keep pace with Victor, but my legs are sluggish and I come to a stop. Victor stands next to me, holding me up by leaning me against him. Thank you, Victor. This is the least I could do for you. I wish I could change places with you so you don't have to suffer anymore. Yeah, but then you'd suffer and I'd feel bad. He looks frustrated, grimacing and gritting his teeth. There's just too little time left for me. Will I become death incarnate, or will they use the Zicterium? Either way, at this rate, London will be destroyed, according to Victoria's plan. There's probably only one way to protect Victor and everyone else. That's right. After we stop Victoria, before I become a monster, I'll have to... I slowly touched the dagger that I took from the Twilight Soldier before I arrived here. Then... Don't get any ideas. He's noticed me. Victor, I won't let you resort to that. We don't even know if it'll work. But there's no other way to protect you and everyone else. I speak softly, looking up into Victor's eyes. His gentle eyes shine with a strong determination. You're kind. Too kind. Maybe that hinders you from understanding how others feel. I won't be happy if you die and I survive. How painful do you think it will be for me to live in a world without you? Spacey's gonna need a minute. Victor's voice assures me that he's not angry at all. His voice is overflowing with sadness and kindness. This makes the pain in my chest tighten more than I even thought it could. I feel the same way. I want to believe in Victor. If there's any gleam of hope that we can both survive together, I want to take that chance to capture a bright future. But every time I think this, the heavy memories of my past sneak up on me. Yeah, but we're all dealing with heavy past shit, okay? And if we get rid of the poison in us, then we'll be okay and we won't have to worry. The memory of the day when I committed a crime that can never be undone. Listen, Victor, someone once died in my place because I tried to live. Before I know it, the words spill out of my mouth. We really do not have time for this. She was a kind-hearted woman. She accepted me even after finding out about the poison inside me. But she ended up dying because of it. Eddie and Elaine's faces swim into my mind's eye. I couldn't do anything for her as she was suffering, dying from my poison right in front of my eyes. I didn't even have the chance to hold her hand and comfort her. That's why I look down at my poison-tainted hands and speak in a trembling voice. I don't want to go through that again. I really don't. If you died like that because of my poison, if that happens, a future I don't even want to imagine crosses my mind. That day I tried to leave the mansion because I didn't think I should stay with everyone anymore. The day Victor, who had stopped me from leaving, disappeared instead. Even then, the heartache was too much to bear. This time, it would be far worse. If Victor dies, I'll never be able to see him again. When I think of this, I'm not going to die. He touches my shoulder with his hand. Victor has stopped running and is looking me straight in the eyes. Spacey, you and I are the same. The same? If you say your poison killed people, then the same can be said for me, the one who actually created it. If you say you had to watch as people died right in front of you because of that poison, I had to see that too. I saw people die right in front of me because of what I created. Victor, I'm no different from you. My offense is greater. Victor's grip on my shoulders tightens to the point of pain. Victor looks up at the ceiling and speaks quietly. That's why I couldn't leave you alone. I'm not looking for redemption. I'm not seeking forgiveness either. But still, seeing you under the weight of the same pain, I want to save you more than ever. Victor looks into my face, then smiles gently. I'll drive away all your doubts and fears. But I need you to promise me one thing in order for me to do that. Don't give up, no matter what. Trust me until the very last moment. I trust you, Victor! I promise. Can I allow myself to believe again? Even though trusting only led to loss with Elaine. I trust you, Victor. But still, I want to believe. Oh my god. So X-Files. Victor's kindness and warmth, they make feelings that had sunk into the depths of my heart rise again. I don't want to give up either. I want to live with you. Let me believe you. I'm almost in tears as I say this. Victor, who had been listening to me in silence, smiles and nods slowly. All right, I get it. As he says this, he slowly takes his gloves off. He stares down at his own hands and gently reaches out to my cheek. No! Victor! I shout and try to slap his hand away. But he forcefully pulls me towards him and places both hands on my cheeks. Oh my god, we're gonna kill him! How is he doing this? How is he touching us? How is he not dead? A warm, soft feeling of human skin touching my cheek. What? But his hands don't smoke or melt. I knew it. How? How are you able to touch me? You see, the poison can disappear from Zicterium at times during the short window of its transformation. So if your horologium is based on the same material, there was a possibility that the poison could disappear? Victor nods briefly. This explains what happened while I was being held captive by Alistair. I tried to melt the rope to escape, but my poison wasn't effective at all. That's true. I was kind of thinking, I forgot about that. I was kind of thinking in my head, like, did we get cured and we don't know it or something? Like, or us turning into a monster that's going to kill is like, oh, our poison is like, it's like a tidal wave. Like, the water recedes and then it just fucking pummels and you're like, look, there's no beach. Oh shit, here it comes. Like, you know, same. Which means that right now, my poison is... Oh my god! Finally, I can touch you. Oh my god, this is so cute! Look at his goddamn eyelashes. Victor's eyes are bright as he touches his cheek against mine. It's the first time I've ever felt this soft, warm sensation. Even more noticeable than that is the sweet, burning emotion I feel. Victor, might be all right now, but it may not be completely safe, so... Sorry, I don't want to let go. Oh my god, I fucking love this. I feel like this is how I convey my... I was reading... I feel like this is how I convey my feelings. All of them. To you. But my skin feels very hot against his. Embarrassment and comfort prevent me from being too firm with him. Oh god, is he gonna kiss him? I understand your fears and your past, all of your pain and suffering. I know very well that we can't run from the sins we've committed. Right. But it's possible for me to stay here by your side. We can carry that weight together. Victor's voice is taut with emotion as he whispers to me. His words hold nothing but endless love. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Just as you said that you didn't care that I'm a criminal, I don't care if you are either. I love you. Ah. Even if you give up on yourself and abandon whatever hope you have, Victor's emotions, I could never abandon you. And his warmth spread throughout my body. Even if you become a monster, I already am one. That wouldn't stop me from loving you. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! Spacey's gonna die! I can't handle it! I shouldn't love anyone. You don't need to ask whether you're allowed to love me or not. But if that's the case, I want to save you and live by your side. That's my only wish. I'm prepared to love him, even if it breaks all logic. I don't know what kind of result this choice will lead to. It would be a lie if I say that I don't have any doubts about it. This is the first future I've ever wished for myself. In the past, I didn't even have the capacity to imagine a future. I mean, I need to pause. I love this, but at the same time, I'm like screaming in the back of my mind, we don't have time for this! It's okay. I will fight to the ends of the earth to make this vision come true. Ugh! I could have stared at that forever. Really, I just want to stay here in this warm embrace. But we have to get going. There isn't much time left. Victor must have been thinking the same thing as he starts to pull his gloves back on, looking downcast. I suppose we should be moving on. Yes. I wish you wouldn't look so disappointed. We do need to keep moving. Huh? Did I look that way? Very much so. It was adorable. His carefree smile leaves me speechless for a moment. Let's go, Spacey. He gently holds out his hand. I start running, allowing him to pull me, and look at him as he leads the way. Watching him, I'm reassured. As long as I'm with him, I have nothing to fear. All I need to do is trust in him and keep moving forward. Keep going forward, sorry. Oh my god! Oh, that only took 10 minutes. Took us like an hour to read it, but... Oh my god. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to end this here. I want to keep going, but I'm going to stop it because it's a good stopping point as opposed to every time I stop it and then 2 seconds later it's like, next chapter, and you're like, this is a good stopping point. So I am going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.